Thought he had it. Excellent.
We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast, your voice in my headset friendship um, podcast. And like Rosanna's on today um, because of the identity one. And so that's interesting. It's fascinating to me that you're joining. Um, so what do you think triggered you to join? You thought this was the identity podcast. This is just a miscellaneous whatever podcast, is showing up. Um, so what was it that triggered you to show up today?
Curiosity, struggles, um, trying to figure out who I am.
Yeah. So Norman and Marissa, Norman used to be on this one. Um, but he's no longer. But there's a good reason for it, and it's okay. Marissa used to be on this too, but she's no longer, and it's okay too. Uh, Nora or Kenny, he's been on it periodically. He's on and off. Um, you know, and he's not on it. That's okay. I think my brother Ken, he was on it. That's for sure. It's fine that he's not. Just cheapers. Um, and Nora, she's sometimes on, but sometimes she comes late. Ginger Ann, she sometimes on, but so it's when you do the weekend calls or a holiday call, it's very different. It's a very different type of podcast. It's a very different type of energy, big time. And so, you know, it'll probably be hard. Probably be hard for you because you were just going to listen, but there's nobody here besides just you and me. So, which is fine. It's okay. Um, it's fine. But, is it going to be an interesting or productive podcast? I don't know. Questions?
Well, um, last night that movie we watched kind of triggered a bunch of things in my head too.
Yeah, and so for the listeners, if there are any listeners, if this even gets processed, which it probably won't, which is fine, right? It's all okay. I accept it. But to give people context, to be considerate of the people, if anybody listens to this, what
Right.
we can do is we can give them context and not leave them hanging. And so with
So the context is the movie was The Life List.
the life list, okay, so the
Okay.
life list is really it's a fascinating movie for sure.
So it had me thinking about all the things I wanted to do when I was a kid and and my how it some of those things happened, but some just kind of just fell by the wayside because I just chose to uh not to push to go to those.
So you know, so there's four levels to friendship, you know. Um,
Yeah.
And so, so you have, you know, you will like Mark or somebody, take Mark out and put somebody, put your own name in, or whatever. And so, this is the amiable energy. You're going to like them. Then level two is, Mark or whoever will irritate you, you know. And then level three is you'll love Mark or whoever. This is not about Mark, but I've never found anybody in my life that's thought as much about friendships as I have. Like it's fascinating to me. Just fascinating to me and how many people tell me that they're my friend. Like, you're my friend, Mark. And what they're really doing is really seducing me. They want the feeling, like the song. They want the feeling of friendship. And then level four is visions will connect. So until today, until right now, this moment, I hadn't thought about, oh my goodness. So this is this is going to be the amiable personality. And then this is going to be the next level higher frequency personality, which is the analytic. Man, do those analytics. Like, wow, they irritate you. And then the expressive, and you're gonna love them because they're fun and funny and cute and they bring so much fun. And then you're not gonna go to the level four because you're like, Mary Miller said, like when she's talked about having a level four friendship with her sister Nora. And then like neither one of them drove it forward. And do you know what word you could use rather than drive, Rosanna?
Um,
I didn't drive it forward. Do you know what
I
word,
didn't, I don't know.
right? Very few people know. Maybe nobody. Like if you're listening to the podcast, like pause it and try to think of another word for drive. And again, you know, last year for me was don't connect the dots. Like this is where I'm going to irritate people. This is where I'm going to draw out of people really what their heart is. Like it's not that hard. Really not. All you got to do is say something, ask a question, say something, and it'll reveal somebody's heart. Boom. Bam. And so think about it. What's another word for drive? And so,
Move forward.
right, move forward. Good.
Um, Guide forward, navigate.
Yeah, right. Right, good, right? So what I'm coming up with is I'm coming up with a test because you know what? I'm kind of tired, honestly. What are you
Yeah.
tired of, Mark? I'm tired of pouring my all into people. They'll take it. They'll just take it, which is fine. It's okay. But I'm going to come up with a test because there's got to be somebody in the 8 billion people. And it's not going to be just one thing. It's not gonna be just one thing. You're gonna have to do a number of things. And is this one of the tests? Shoot, I'd be shocked if anybody listened to it, if anybody even processed it, if anybody even communicated. It'd be stunning to me. I'm like, really? And if it got put, in, the right location, ooh, I'd be stunned. See, people don't want to connect the dots. They really don't. Because they want to live. And it's like, oh my goodness, this all needs to interconnect together. Like it needs to all interconnect together. And it's like, "Urgh," you know? So when you look at this song is just, it's magical. It's absolutely magical. So you can just substitute. You wanted a husband, but not a woman's role. You wanted a friend, but not a friend's role. Wanted kids. I don't know, that's a little harder if you're not married, but you can substitute, I go after men, because I'm a man. But women, it's the same thing. It really is. And if you're a man and you say, yeah, my wife's like that, it's like, is she? I mean, maybe, right? Maybe. I mean, it could be.
Yeah.
But this whole song, and so I mean, you think of friendships. You're sweet in the early days, but it's only for the feeling you get. When you connect with me, you get a feeling. Why? Because I know how to produce it. I just do. I mean, it's not that hard. I just ask you, a couple questions, and then I just have tremendous insight into your personality. And you'll be romanced, you'll be seduced, and you'll be like, man, I love this guy. But it's a feeling, it's not real. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. I mean, feelings are real, right? So it's a real feeling. You own that so well. But now, I see through it and I won't forget. Even the little boy or the little girl knows how to care more than you as an adult do. I mean, it's so true. It's so true. And why do small children shield my heart? Because they're honest. If you make them feel good, they'll want to play with you and they'll give you hugs and they'll give you all kinds of attention. I mean, sure, they're going to grow out of it, but how do you go ahead and how do you prevent that? Well, you can't, I don't think. Doesn't seem like it. So what do? You just get a bunch of little kids in your lives. Have kids and they grow out of it. Okay. And then you have grandkids and they're going to grow out of it too. You know? So it could, even a little girl knows how to care. She shields my heart while you're never there. She's more of a friend at 2 years old than you've ever been in the stories you've told. Like this song was originally written, could be dedicated to more than just two men. You fooled everybody and saddest yourself. but hearts don't lie and mine is bruised. You know, that's kind of a seductive. I don't know. It seems like hearts do lie a lot. It's like, you know, I'm done being used. Interesting. I dreamed we'd rise together. For what purpose? Now rise in spite of you. How's it in spite of you? So Mary goes ahead and asks me, she says, hey, Mark, she approaches me, which is fascinating, right? So it's fascinating to me. I mean, it's fascinating. Here she's grown up with Nora. She's a sister. I've known Nora for 3 months, I think it was at the time. I've known Nora and she's approaching me about being a level 4 friend with her sister. Like that's just fascinating.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating. Like it's just like, why would she approach me? Mark, I'm interested in having a level 4 friendship with Nora. There's parts to the movie that, are just a shame. Just, it's just a shame. It's just, I mean, I'm guessing Rosanna didn't see those parts, I'm guessing. So maybe she did, maybe she didn't. It's not as fast, or maybe she just doesn't want to share, which is fine. Again, it's whatever it is. So Mary was, so I don't know, after a week or two, and you know, it's like there's no pursuit, there's no drive. Well, what's another word for it?
Navigate, steer, propel forward.
Right? Still not the one word that came to mind.
What came?
So 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 then I asked Mary, I said, Mary, it's like I'm surprised. And even after Nora, like here you like why? But my brother Ken, he did the same thing. Like it's fascinating to me. It's just fascinating. And um so level 4 is our visions will connect. But Mary, she said something profound that I'd never thought of before. I'm like, dang, that girl's good. Like, wow. And she said, I'm like, why? I don't understand. Like, I'm not criticizing her. There's no judgment. It's an observation. People don't like observations. They just don't. They do not like observations. If you want to go ahead and keep somebody as a friend, meaning a level 1 friend, do not go ahead and make observations because they're going to switch people will flip them into judgment. You're judging me. Okay. I thought that it was an observation, but hey, what do I know? You're God. You know my heart, your heart, everybody else's heart in the world. And so got it. So if you think you know the word, if you think you know the word, then, text me. Like text me. And so my number you can text me is 630-393-9909. That's 630-393-9909. And just say, hey, I was watching, Voices of Integrity podcast and on identity. And this is the word that I thought of. So there's one word I'm looking for in particular, and if somebody gets that word, then they've passed the first test. So they've passed the first test. So I think I'm gonna put it into a system so I can run the 8 billion people through that system. Because I'm looking. So Mary goes ahead and says, she says, I'm afraid. I think she used that word. It could be concerned. It could be something. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose her as a sister. And I thought, how strange is that? Like, that's just strange. What a strange thing to say. And then I thought about it. And all of this happened very quickly. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so true. That is so true. It's so true. And then I thought, well, isn't that fascinating?
Why?
Well, I mean, one is Mary thought of something I hadn't thought of about friendships. That doesn't happen a lot. Not because I'm smart, it's not that at all. It's because nobody thinks about it. Nobody thinks about friendships. They really don't. I mean, somewhere, um, you know, and so somewhere you have this here, and so you have this here. So here you have quite a bit on friendships. And so you can click, I don't know, if it's processed properly, you can click on something and it'll go through here. And if you go ahead and, that's maybe test 2. So we have a little map. So Nora, she was pretty effective. she mapped that bad boy out fast. Like, she was good, no question about it. On Friday, she said in a meeting, she said she wants to work on stamina. And it's like, interesting. Interesting. And so, so you go through, and this is probably, I don't know what step this will be. I mean, whoa, Mark, that's that's a lot harder. You want me to read over all of this? No, you don't have to read over any of it. If you want a level 4 friend, though, I mean, I know somebody who's very interested in level 4 friendships. No, I mean, like, but you got to be too, right? Like, you can't go ahead. This is not how it works. You can't get the benefits that come from a level 4 friendship with me, without giving the same thing. You can't be a taker. You can't be a taker. You can try, but you know what? It's not going to work for you. It just won't, because the system's going to weed you out. It just will, before you get hurt. Just saying. And so I'm thinking, like, Mary, how does she know that? And I haven't had a chance. She's been traveling some and stuff, and I haven't gotten a chance to talk to her. I can't wait until I do. I cannot wait until I do. Because I'm going to say, how'd you know that, Mary? Like, how'd you know that once you get a level 4 friendship, once you have this, it's like you can't go back. You just can't. And I don't know how she knew that. Like, did she experience it personally? did she just intuitively know it? If she's just a lot smarter than I am, that's probably a given. Like, how did she know that? And so I would take a level 4 friend. I would take one level 4 friend over 1,000 level 1s. Like, a level 4 friend is like a unicorn. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So if you don't know your own identity, I don't think you can ever have a level 4.
Okay.
I don't think it's possible.
If you don't know what you're driving for.
No, because you don't know who you are. So that would be another one, right? Like, oh my gracious, it's got to start writing this down. And so we have, we have the song. So we have the song. Okay, and then we have core personality. And then we have then you have Ford versus Ferrari. Who are you? Who are you? And then you have, so I was given at the age of 8. So 53 years ago, I was given my identity. At the same time, I was given my life vision. But after 53 years of thinking about this, not really being able, I mean, the closest person I've ever found is Alan Stein, where because he went ahead and knew when you discovered your life vision. He said, when you discover your life vision, you know you've discovered it when you don't want it, when you run from it. And it pursues you relentlessly. And you can't escape it. Which is fascinating because I've never thought of that before. So, so, so identity. People are running from that. Running who they are. They're running from who they are. And if you go ahead and reveal who they are, which is probably there's a line right between here, actually. There's a wall between here. So if you go ahead and reveal somebody's who they really are, holy cow, will they hate you. So vision, you run from both of them. This interesting concept. Wow. So yeah, these. Yeah. Fascinating song. It's almost like you could say, friendship. This is working on being modified into friendship. And it's almost like I've known this, like Judy, one of my executive assistants years ago. I said to her, because we had an employee. That guy was a goofball. And it's weird because that was, I don't know, 20-ish years ago. And he went ahead and like he had an account and he was a devout Christian. Those devout Christians, gotta watch them. And like he had a contract, he couldn't poach any of our employees, and he did. And it's funny because I just got a call like Friday for verification that this guy worked for us. And I'm like, okay, he's probably not working for. Anyways, I asked Judy, like, why do people who have bad attitudes, why are they attracted to other people? And she's like, oh, that's easy. So if you ever think I'm smart, I'm really not. I don't know, I'm around a lot of smart people for sure. And God told me when I was 8, you're average below average. So never forgot that. I don't think that God's told very many people that, or they're not listening. But that made a big impression on me. And she said, there people who have bad attitudes attract other people who have bad attitudes. Why? And she said, it's like cocaine users. And I'm like, well, that's strange.
Why?
Well, like people with bad attitudes, they're like cocaine users. Like, that's kind of weird. What a weird analogy, a weird connection, don't you think?
Yeah.
Right? It's like Mary. It's like Mary, where she's like, I'm afraid that my sister, like, I don't want to lose my. How can you lose your sister? Well, I'm testimony to that.
Right. You challenged your brother and he just kind of,
All 3 of them,
yep.
because what they wanted was level 1. It's fascinating. So I said, what do you mean, Judy? Like, what do you mean? Like, I don't understand. It's fascinating to me on how people aren't fascinated. They're not curious. They're not curious. And when they don't know the answer, they have so much pride that they don't even ask. They don't like Miriam, like, why would you with Miriam? Like, why would you say that? Like, what? Like, what? I was stunned by it so much. I can't wait to talk to her. How do you know that? Like, how do you know that? Like, I want the story behind it. And she might not even know. I don't know. I just said it. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm glad she did because it opened up another whole world of understanding to me. I made a dimensional jump. It's like, wow. So she said, Mark, like I'm stupid, which I am. And it's okay. I mean, it's not. I'm ignorant. Like I'm ignorant. Nobody ever taught me that. But once she taught me, ooh, I never forgot that. Like, what's the difference between being ignorant and stupid? Ignorant is not knowing what to do. Stupid is not doing what we know. And I don't think you can have level 4 friendships. I don't think you can have level 4 friendships with people who are stupid. You can have level 4 friendships with people who are ignorant, but not stupid.
How so?
Because stupid people are going to be stupid. They just will. There's something wrong with their heart. That goes into the healing. That Nora and Elaine and Ginger Ann and Elise and I are working on. Like, it's fascinating, right? Like, how come there's 4 women and there's no men? I mean, besides me. right?
Yeah.
And so Judy's like, well, she's like, well, Mark, it's like cocaine. I don't understand, Judy. She says they hang around other cocaine users to normalize their behavior. And it's like, oh my goodness. So it's normal to be a drug addict. Well, if you're around other drug addicts, yeah, it's normal to go ahead and be around like alcoholics. It's normal if you're around alcoholics. Now watch this one here. Like, won't get any Christians who want to be friends with me. And I'm fine with that. It's okay. It's normal to go to church on Sunday and worship together and feel feel that you're spiritual. Like, I'm spiritual because I'm here. Are you? Really? Are you sure? Not saying you're not. I'm just it's a question. It's an observation for crying out loud. Like, have a little bit of a sense of humor, you poor sap. Like, I don't know. And then it opened up all kinds. So people who have bad attitudes surround themselves with other people who have bad attitudes. People who have level one friends, they surround themselves, by other people who have level one friends. Level one friends are on. It's so easy. It's unbelievable. I mean, all you got to do is just go to church. All you got to do is go play pickleball. All you got to do is just go to a book club. All you got to do is go to a family reunion. I mean, all you got to do is just hang out where the groups of people hang out. Oh, law of stupid. That's another one. Like, so if you're listening to this, and you've given up that you didn't even know there was such things as a level 4. There is. How do you know, Mark? I just do. I just do. And so if you've never known that there's a level 4 friend, if you just never if you didn't know there's a level 4 friend, if you didn't know that and you want that, well, then text me, from the beginning and say, this is the word I was thinking. But that's not the only thing. Like, I'm a pretty big systems guy. And man, do I go ahead and I mean, Jim Bontrager went ahead and he said it well. He said, Mark, so I can get people up to level 3. That's easy. Ramp them up to that. That's easy. That's a cakewalk. That's not hard at all. There's less of them that are there because most people drop out when you irritate them, you know. And so, but it's not easy. And if you think you have level 4 friends, might be wrong. You might be wrong. So hopefully this has been helpful to everyone who participated in today's session. If you have any questions, connect with the individual who invited you to participate in today's session, or you can call toll free 888-230-2300, outside the US 630-393-9909. And always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. And share this with a couple other people. Get their feedback. I know I'm going to. Maybe. Bye-bye.